What's good, y'all? It's your boy Terrence Carter, TC Talks, TC Fitness, and I'm here back at it again with another video. So this is just gonna be a quick video today for the channel. I just want to tell you guys to please make sure you take care of your well-being, take care of your mental health, take care of your spiritual health. All right, you only get one you, and if you put so much time and energy into the job, you put so much time and energy into other people, you put so much time and energy into things that really don't matter, and you leave yourself hanging, you will live this life with a lot of regrets. All right, you have to learn to come to terms with the fact that these jobs can care less about you as a person. They don't care about your mental health. They probably never even ask you, are you okay and how are you feeling? And 9 times out of 10, like, if you tell them how you're feeling, they're not gonna care. You know, the reason why I'm expressing this is because, like, I've seen how I was like when I first started this job, and I am gonna make a separate video talking about the truth when it comes down to working at the post office, right? And I don't care who watches it. I don't care what people say, because at the end of the day, people need to know the truth, and they need to know what this job consists of and what it can do to you mentally if you allow it, right? But I pay attention to how I was like when I first started. You know, how excited I was. I was so happy to have a government job and to be, you know, starting a new chapter in my life. But sometimes you really have to be careful with what you ask for, because when you start to see how it's affecting you and how the system is designed to keep you trapped, right? How the system is designed to keep you feeling like a cog in a wheel, you start to ask yourself, like, how am I gonna get out of this? You know? And I tell you guys all the time, like, I'm not here on this planet to just sit here and work for somebody for my entire life to make somebody else rich and not make myself rich. I would never get rich working this job, making $20 an hour. And I think the top pay is like $40 an hour or something like that, a little bit over $40 an hour, but you have to wait 12 to 13 years. So you think I'm about to wait 12 to 13 years to make $40 an hour at a job when I know that the cost of living is going to be 10x more than what it is right now? And I also know too that assets can outpace what people make at their jobs, right? So I constantly ask myself questions like, all right, what business are you going to work on? You know, I got the YouTube channel. It's slowly growing. You know, I may not make the most money right now, but I'm still working on it. What are you going to do outside of the job? Like, I can continue to make products. I can try to sell the products, right? I can continue to invest into the stock market because I know the stocks are going to outpace everything, right? So to keep myself going, because I feel like at this W-2, like, I'm like, what's the word called? You know how people say, I'm keeping my head above water. There we go. And y'all might not see it, bro. Y'all might not see it in my videos. Y'all might think, oh, his life is just good. He got a job and he does this. And no, bro, I'm keeping my head above water, bro. I still be having constant bills that I gotta pay, bro. Like, even with, you know, even with me having to constantly pay bills, right? I'm constantly asking myself, how can I replenish the income? You know, how can I replenish the income? Because I don't want for me to be spending more on, like, taking care of responsibilities and then not having much for myself, if that makes sense. You know? So if I can do my own thing and create different sources of income, then I'll be okay, you know? Because jobs put you through so much mental stress and they give you so much work for little pay. And to me, it's sad, because we are all human beings, right? We all spiritual beings having a 3D human experience, right? And we're paying attention to what's going on. We see it for what it is, right? The jobs can see it for what it is too, but they can care less. And that's to me, that's very inhumane, because how can you not want to pay the people, the employees? I don't even like being called an employee, bro. Like, that feels so degrading. But how can you not want to pay the people that's working? How do you want to pay them a decent living? You just want to give them scraps and think that they're going to be happy and think that they're going to be okay. Or you think that they're going to work extra hard for scraps is diabolical. That's insane. You know? Like, I don't get that. So, I'm definitely like, every day thinking of a way out, of a way out. And if I gotta, eventually have my own business, do my own thing, that's what I'm gonna do. As long as I'm happier, as long as I'm free. And I get it. Y'all can sit there and say, well, business is more stressful. Guess what? Somebody is working for their own, they're doing their own thing. They're not conformed to what somebody else is telling them what to do. They're not conformed to being at a place at a certain time because somebody else told them to be there. Or they're not conformed to a certain amount of money that they can make, a salary or hourly wages. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's so much control from other people, and you don't even know these people, bro. Nobody should be in control of your life. And that's what I remind myself every day. Like, I'm a grown adult. I'm not about to sit here and conform to other people like I'm a kid. And then having to deal with a place where they talk to you any way they want to. They degrade you. They make you feel this big, And I've never had to deal with that before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, like when I first started this, I was hyped. It's a new chapter. I'm happy. I get to start something new. But now we're just like, bro, this is not it, bro. This is not it. And I would never recommend anybody to, I'd be like, oh, it's a mentally tough job. Oh, you gotta be mentally tough. Trust me, bro. I'm mentally tough, bro. Trust that. I put myself through a lot of mental battles where I'm challenging myself, where I'm telling myself get stronger. I'm doing one of the hardest things a man can ever do in his life, and that's retain his energy and stop watching PMO videos. You understand what I'm saying? I'm building my mental fortitude every day, But I know that I deserve to be treated with respect, and I deserve to be respected as a person. Okay? Because at the end of the day, the people that manage and supervise and all this other stuff, you don't own the company. That's not your company, bro. You don't own shit. You're just a person that's managing other people. Point blank, period. So, just always make sure you're taking care of your mental well-being, bro. Because a lot of people crash out. A lot of people go through mental battles. You're doing all this work. You're doing this, you're doing that for a little bit of pay. And they could care less what you got going on in your life. What bills you got upcoming. You gotta feed yourself. If you got kids, you gotta feed your kids. Debt you gotta pay off. Like things like that, bro. They don't care. They just want you to be productive. Do this. Hurry up. Let's go. And it's like, bro, it's toxic. It's mentally toxic, bro. And it's never that hard to make money, bro. I'm telling y'all. It's never that hard to make money, bro. Money is not hard to make. It's not hard to keep. It's conditioning programming. You need to do this. You need to do that. No. Calm that down. Real talk. And it's like, I see it, bro. Like CEOs, they make millions of dollars, bro. They hire employees. I know that one day on YouTube I could be on that type of timing. Like I could this could be my full-time business, and I could hire a cameraman, or I could hire somebody to edit the videos and post. Like I could do all of that with time. Or I could just do that myself, bro. Honestly speaking, I could just do that myself. But I see better for myself, and I know that God is putting me through a journey, and God is showing me things right in front of my face. Like it's either you want to keep doing this and be treated this way, or you do your own thing and treat yourself good and get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, later down the line in life, because you got to keep on delaying your gratification. But always take care of up here, because your mind is more powerful than anything y'all can imagine. You got your brain and then you got your mind. It's two different things. Your mind is powerful, your brain is powerful just as well. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. So you always want to make sure that you're taking care of both. My fault, the AC had turned on. But you always want to make sure you're taking care of both. Alright? And never put a job over your well-being. Never put a job over yourself. Because you're the one that matters, bro. The job will replace you. The job will get rid of you. The job can do whatever. They can do whatever they want because these are random ass people that only care about metrics and numbers. They don't care about something happened to you. They would not care if you croaked. They would not care about none of that. They just gonna care about what numbers did you produce today? Did you help us? Did you finish your assignment? Did you do this? That's all they care about, bro. And so many people in this matrix are programmed to put the job over themselves, bro. I won't do that to myself. And I don't care who's watching this video, and I don't care what you say. I am not doing that to myself. I will always find a way to make money. I will always find a way to take care of myself, bro. I will always make sure that I'm producing some type of income outside of the job. Always. Because money is infinite. And it's your mindset that carries you through life, bro. So if you have a weak mindset and you feel like, oh, the job is the only way I can make money, then that's just what it's gonna be. So this is just a quick video for the YouTube channel. I thank y'all for rocking out with me. If you want to, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, leave your comments below, retain your energy. And like I said, I'm gonna make a separate video about the truth about working at the USPS and how it truly is, just in case there's upcoming CCAs that may think about working there and what to expect. I'm gonna just let it all out. I'm gonna let it be raw. Y'all can take the video how y'all want, and y'all can't say, oh, he didn't tell us this. Nah, I'm gonna tell y'all the real. Alright? So that's just that. But enjoy your day today. Be safe. Like, comment, subscribe, and retain your energy. Alright? I'll be back at it with more videos for y'all.